Hey everyone. So before we get started, I just want to mention that this is kind of a new format I'm trying. It's just like a commentary like type format where there's a topic or something cool that I've seen like during the week, and then I just kind of talk about it. Um, I may have like something to go with it. I may not, but I'm just trying it out. Let me know what you think. I'm still gonna do like cool tool videos and talk about different tools and show automations and stuff and post things on GitHub so you can download all that stuff for free. But I'm gonna try these as well. I think these are kind of fun because they're quick, and I can jump on my computer after work and kind of talk about something. And it's moving so quickly as well. There's new things every day. I just want to just jump on here and like talk about them and get them out there and hear your thoughts and just have a conversation around this stuff. So this one here today, and this is gonna kind of be a boring visual, but what I have here is just a notebook, and is just discussing, or it's just an example of different like responsibilities and qualifications. This The reason why I'm talking about this is because recently I got a message about a job. I get those all the time on LinkedIn, and I always try to read them, and I also see stuff on just general LinkedIn because I find it interesting, and just to kind of follow the industry, what are firms doing out there. In general, I think it's a good habit to do, but I wish there was more understanding of what BIM and Revit, are, and I got that message, and it just prompted me to kind of throw this together and discuss the difference, like not so much the difference of BIM and Revit, but the difference of like doing, like including that in your job descriptions, or your, the roles that you post out there, because that's so important. And from a BIM professional side of it, like if you are a BIM person, when you're looking at those positions and you're trying to find a job like that, I think this is important too, which is like, is this position like solely focused on the tools, or is it an actual BIM position, or is it a technology position, or whatever? And I think a lot of these positions that are out there that have BIM lead, BIM tech, BIM manager, BIM coordinator, usually, from my experience, are just support roles for a specific tool. And I think it's kind of an annoying thing that I see sometimes. I always get these messages, and I want to say sometimes, I want to say pretty often, this is happening. And I think it just comes from a lack of understanding in the industry of what these things are. And you think by now there would be more education around this, but there isn't. And what's really interesting is that AU, this was a topic of conversation in one of the classes. A lot of these are senior, BIM managers that are discussing this, but they're talking about this experience of getting hired at firms and then becoming kind of just overrated, techs, or just, people that fix Revit issues or visibility problems. There is nothing wrong with that. Coming, there's nothing wrong with that if you're coming into a role with that understanding. And I think this gap in knowledge is causing this misunderstanding for people. It's like, well, we want all these things, but in reality, 95% of it is just getting into Revit and setting up some models, being there as a support person when somebody can't see something in a view. And it doesn't have to be that way. It takes, I think, effort on all sides. And what I wanted to today was just like show this as an example. This isn't the specific example. This is a more generalized one. But a lot of the stuff in this is focused around the tools. There are some general things like this down here, strong grasp of BIM, methods and standards and stuff. But there's a lot of focus on like tools and tool processes like clash detection, actions, resolving coordination issues, just working in BIM. So right here, so active collaboration with various professionals, integrate BIM into project workflows. I don't know what that means. It could mean just using Revit. The creation and management of Revit models and families and templates, development and maintenance of BIM execution plans. And this is another point I wanted to bring up with these. It's not just the lack of understanding of what BIM is, but it's also this combination of like 10 different things. And so something I didn't mention in this is development knowledge. Like most jobs out there, it's like, well, you should know Dynamo as well. It would be nice if you know Python, if you know C#, if you know BIM 360, model setups, be an expert in Revit, expert in CAD, all these other tools as well, MicroStation. And so it's a lot of times these catch-all positions, which to me reads as like, I don't have a direction on what I'm trying to do or what I'm hiring for. And so I'm just throwing out a wide net in hopes that I can get somebody. And so that's kind of a red flag from a BIM professional perspective. If you're looking for a job, I would just be cautious of that. And I would very much ask for specifics. Now, it is like sometimes it is what it is. It is a job and you have to get it. But in certain situations, if you have the ability, I would just ask the question. There's nothing wrong with asking questions on specifics. Like, what do you mean by BIM methods? When it comes to integrating BIM into projects and project teams, what does that mean? Are we thinking about the data, managing data, making sure the design team is thinking in BIM and delivering in BIM and thinking about the information they're leveraging and what that means downstream? And so there's a lot to this. I just kind of wanted to just start talking about it. I think it's interesting. I had a video, unicorns and BIM techs or something, couple weeks back, and was it unicorns and troubleshooters, and that talked about just the different sides of things. You've got these positions where it's including all of these tasks and all of these things, and then these other positions where you're essentially troubleshooting Revit. So I've talked about the benefit of having more transparency in that, and that transparency I think comes through like more education on the hiring side of what these tools mean, what do these processes mean. Do I really just need a Revit tech? Then let's add that terminology in there and clarify this role. I think that will help a lot in the industry, and talking more about like having conversations around what does it mean for this type of position is really impactful. And I'm a big supporter of BIM kind of being everybody's responsibility and not necessarily one individual or one group. And so that is important as well. What type, is this BIM from the perspective of managing Revit models? Because that's sometimes how engineering firms see it or architecture firms see it. Or is this more collective where we're trying to actually drive BIM, use it on our projects, leverage it with our clients, work with our partners, collaborate, share data, integrate our different tools together, just different things like that. Having more conversations around these topics I think is important. So anyways, before I just start rambling, I kind of just wanted to show this and hear your thoughts. This is just an example here. This isn't like something that I got from somebody. I kind of just threw this together. So take a look at it. Let me know what you think. And if you like this format, let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.